And good evening, high school football fans, and welcome to Stanhope. The Southern Nash Firebirds play host to the Rocky Mount Griffons. It's senior night here at Southern Nash, and those of you that were able to join us in the pregame should have been able to see the announcement of all the senior football players and cheerleaders. Make sure to stay tuned at halftime is when the band will perform, and their seniors will also be introduced. And with that, we'll recognize the captains stepping out onto the field. All seniors, Landon Baker, number 86, number 11, Tyler Maynor, number 60, Big Dusty Hall, and, of course, the welcome back to number 15, Thomas Copeland, who has been injured for several weeks and is going to make it a go tonight. We'll talk about Thomas a little bit more in the broadcast. But for now, we'll be getting set for the coin toss. Southern Nash comes into tonight with a record of 6-1 overall, 2-1 in the conference, and Rocky Mount 5-2 in overall and 2-1 in the conference. And so this is a battle for the second spot in the Big East Conference 3A division. So it should be an excellent game. Southern Nash coming off the win last week, as well as Rocky Mount, both with victories. And of course, we want to recognize the JV team from Southern Nash, their victory last night over Rocky Mount Senior High. We had a final of 30-14. And as we get ready to get things started, we'll remind everybody tonight's game is brought to you by Vandermark Sod Farms. They are a longtime sponsor of Southern Nash Athletics, as well as the Tar River Sports Network. Vandermark Sod Farms is a year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Vandermark's mission has always been to be the premier provider of natural grass and sod products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 types of natural grass. Growing grass can not only be rewarding, it can also be fun and satisfying. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for your natural grass needs today. And on a personal note, we definitely want to thank Keaton Vandermark and his entire family for being such strong supporters of athletics throughout Nash County over all the years. And we see the referees doing the pregame discussion with both captains. And while they're doing that, remind everybody that I'm Brent Cohn alongside Kenneth Fly. We'll be bringing you the play-by-play. How you doing tonight, Kenneth?
Doing pretty good. We got a good game looking forward to. Both of us in the conference. This is basically second place, and next week could have title implications on the line. And also, we'll look later on. We'll preview what the high school OT came out with the playoff projections for North Carolina High School Athletic Association 3A.
Sounds great. And of course, Southern Nash wins the coin toss and, as usual, defers until the second half. So the Griffons will have first possession of the night. And we'll see if they can get it done. But for now, we'll take a quick break. And as always, welcome everybody to Firebird Friday Night Lights. And here comes the Firebirds, as normal, led by senior Levi Rogers, as the Firebirds charge onto the field. And tonight, the final home regular season game for Southern Nash. I say it like that in hopes that maybe it's not the last home game for Southern Nash with the playoffs on the horizon. Of course, a couple of big obstacles do stand in the way. Rocky Mount tonight as well. Jones with a quick pass out of the flat, and that's caught again by Alphonse. A lot of yards after the carry. He'll take it down into Firebird territory. A gain of about 10 on the play. That'll be enough for a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 Griffons from the Southern Nash 48-yard line.
And, you know, he ain't even the leading wide receiver for Rocky Mount. He's actually the second one, 265 yards on the season.
Jones again from the shotgun. A quick pass, and that's complete to Bryson Phillips, who's finally brought down by Luke Faulkner over at the Southern Nash sidelines. A flag was thrown.
Illegal shift against Rocky Mount is the call.
So that'll bring it back, and we want to apologize to those who have been watching the game thus far. We had some technical difficulties, and there was no sound to begin the game. So a lot of things we covered at the beginning were not picked up. Of course, those of you who are watching have seen the play of Stephon Jones and the Griffons on the quick touchdown run, as well as the long pass there in the first possession for the Griffons, and they take the early lead 7-0. Moving the ball well here. A penalty has knocked them back. Another completed pass, this time to DeMarcus Mitchell. The screen pass, Jaden Whitaker on the stop, picks up maybe a yard or so. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 14 now for the Griffons. Jones again drops back from the shotgun. Screen pass goes incomplete as the pressure was being applied by Malachi Dobbins as well as Chris Harris. Third down at 14 now for the Griffons. Jones will roll out to his left. He's looking to pass. He'll throw it deep. Got a man wide open. He throws it short. And DeMarze Mitchell cannot hold on to it. That's going to bring up 4th down now. That actually was a lucky break for the Firebirds.
Yeah, most definitely. If he'd have caught that, he'd have been gone.
Mitchell had a lot of space. He actually looks like he outran the pattern. And of course, it's very difficult. Jones rolling out to his left to be able to throw back across his body and down that sideline. So a tough pass to attempt, and the punt team on for the Griffons. High snap. They will get the punt away. And the Griffons will let it roll dead inside the 25. And it'll be Firebird football, 1st and 10 from just inside the 25-yard line.
And we'll see how Southern can come out on the second possession. The last possession ended up in a fumble, so we'll see what happens here.
So 6:54 remaining in the first period up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. Offered under center. Handed off again to Tyleek Mitchell. He'll look around the right end. He'll pick up maybe a yard or two. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 now for Southern Nash. Of course, Southern Nash still tonight missing Mitchell Jones, the senior running back with an injury. This is pitched to Trey Mitchell. And he'll pick up maybe a couple on the play. He's going to bring up 3rd down and 5.
You know, that's one of the things with Rocky Mountain's defense this year. Southern really ain't seen many of the defenses this year. I mean, they have, but Rocky Mountain, they've watched the film, and they can probably shut down the run as good as anybody.
You know, the Nash Central game was very well coached and well prepared as well, and gave the Southern Nash offense pretty much all they wanted. And just hand it off again to Mitchell. He'll be tripped up in the backfield. Look, this looks like this will actually be a loss on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and 7 now for Southern Nash. And it looks like Coach Brian Batchelor is going to send out the punt team.
Nobody's back deep right now for Rocky Mount.
John Tollison on the punt. And the high snap all the way back into the end zone. And that's going to be a safety. So a defensive score for the Griffons on the way high snap. Over Tollison's head, he'll manage to get back and pick it up, but can't get out of the end zone. And so with 4:43 remaining in the first period, the defensive score gives Rocky Mount the 9-0 lead over Southern Nash. Of course, long snappers are not getting a lot of workouts this year. For Southern Nash, not known to punt the ball a lot most of the time. Probably just a handful of punts all season. And Southern Nash now will have to kick off. To the Griffons. They'll be kicking off from their own 20-yard line. So ideal situation here for the Griffons with the early lead, the defensive score, and what should be great field position. The high kick will be fielded, and a return is coming.
He's out of bounds.
They're going to say he stepped out of bounds. That was returned by DeMarjay Mitchell. He'll step out at the Southern Nash 35-yard line, and that's where the Griffons will take over. So once again, the Southern Nash defense being asked to kind of hold down the fort.
Come on and bail out, and they need to bail out the offense right now.
And the flags will, I don't see a flag. Whistle was blown, blows the plays dead. No flag was thrown. And this will be pitched back to Sam Strachan. And once again, Strachan will take it all the way into the end zone. A 35-yard touchdown run, and the second score of the night for Stracan. And with just a few seconds ticked off the clock, Rocky Mount now in the lead 15-0. Once again with the PAT upcoming. And 2 for 2 for PATs, and Rocky Mount moves ahead 16-0 over Southern Nash here in Stanhope on senior night. Once again, we would remind everybody tonight's game brought to you by Vandermark Side Farms. They're a year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 types of natural grass. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for your natural grass needs today. So Southern Nash kind of discombobulated here. This will be their biggest deficit since Corinth Holders took an early 2-score lead earlier in the season in a non-conference matchup. Of course, Southern Nash went on to win that game pretty big.
Yeah, they did. They've been here before. They can come back. It's just they've just got to work on some miscues here.
And another squib kick down the middle. The ball's still loose. And it'll finally be covered. And that's Jalen Whitaker. And it'll be 1st and 10 Southern Nash from their own 25-yard line again. And the handoff to Mitchell. He'll hit the right side. And it looks like he'll be stopped after a gain of maybe 1. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Firebirds. This time Trey Mitchell with the handoff. And he'll be tripped up by Shamar J. Mitchell. So a loss of 1 will make it now 3rd down and 10 for the Firebirds.
And, you know, a lot of things that have been working for Southern Nash is not working tonight. Rocky Mount has done their homework on the film on cutting on the corner, because they just seen how Southern Nash likes to cut up, and they have basically had trapped the lane.
And Alford will drop back to pass. He's got pressure, and he's going to go down. So the first sack of the night for the Griffons. And that'll be a loss of about 8. Make it 7, loss of about 7. So going to bring up 4th down and 17. And this time Chris Harris on to punt. And this snap is good. He'll get the punt away. It'll be fielded at about the 47. And Elijah Battle with a return to the left side will finally be forced out of bounds at the Southern Nash 33-yard line, it looks like. Jones under center. He'll get a pitch back. Flag will come into play. And Sean Strachan again with the carry. There will be an illegal block in the back called against Rocky Mount. From the spot of the foul, that'll be a 10-yard penalty. And that was pretty much at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 20 now for the Griffons. Of course, the last time it was 2nd down and 20. There was a touchdown run. We got to watch that. That left side has been the soft spot tonight for the Firebirds. Jones with the pitch this time to Mitchell. And Malachi Dobbins, Logan Mitchell, Trey Ormond. It looked like Devon Richardson. Be a short gain of the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 18 after the 2-yard scamper. And this time Jones will drop back to pass. He's got a man open down the field. And another touchdown pass again, this time to Alphonse, who had the first big catch of the game. So with just under a minute remaining in first period on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard, the Griffons have opened up a 22-0 lead over Southern Nash. And the extra point is good. And it's now 23-0. 55.8 seconds remaining on the clock in the first quarter. So Southern Nash with a huge hole to try to dig themselves out of. They have been able to get absolutely nothing going offensively. That first long carry by Tyleek Mitchell has been really the only offensive positive yardage of the night.
In fact, if I'm correct, that's the only first down they've had all night.
It is. It's been the only positive yardage carried for the most part. I think they picked up 1 or 2 here and there. Which was then lost back either by a penalty or by the defensive play of the Griffons.
Yep.
So Southern Nash with a lot of things to try to work through here to get themselves back on track.
And we're still in the first quarter and still a long way to go, but Southern needs to get a score right here on this possession. And we've seen them, they can score fast.
Another squib kick down the middle. The ball stays out. Jaden Whitaker again is able to cover it. And this time it'll be a starting position of the 29-yard line. So 1st and 10, Southern Nash. We'll see what type of changes Coach Batchelor looks to make here. So Tyleek Mitchell with a gain of about 2 on the play. Will bring up 2nd down and 8 for Southern Nash. And I was paying attention. You had both tight ends to the left side trying to, I guess, form a blocking wall. That didn't seem to work. And this time Tyleek again on the right side with nowhere to go as he is swarmed by the Griffons.
That's one of the things. Southern's been pretty good about running the ball straight at the middle. Rocky Mount has just shut them down, and they have not let them have any good yards except that one run by Mitchell a while ago.
So with that 2-yard run, it'll bring up 3rd down and 7 and the end of the first quarter. And Southern Nash trailing the Griffons 23-0. We'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. So welcome back. Once again, uncharted territory here for the Firebirds this season, trailing 23-0 to the Griffons. And a flip pass to Landon Baker across the middle. And he'll take it down close to first down marker. It's not going to be enough. They're going to be about a yard shy. It's going to bring up 4th down and 1. And there'll be no punt this time as Coach Batchelor has elected to go for it. With the early deficit that the Firebirds have been faced to overcome here. And timeout will be called by Rocky Mount, as that is an offensive play that has not been seen.
Yep.
So far this year. And I do know that Coach Batchelor has been working on a lot of new plays, and so don't be surprised to see some different things come out, possibly tonight and in the upcoming weeks. But it's going to be very interesting to see. And with this timeout, we'll remind everybody about tonight's game being sponsored by Vandermark Sod Farm. They're a year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Vandermark's mission has always been to be the premier provider of natural grass and sod products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 types of natural grass. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for all your natural grass needs. So this time it will be kept by Brock Alford. He'll look it down and get across the 40. That will be enough to move the chains on a 2-yard rush by Brock Alford around the right end. And if you check that backfield, of course, Dusty Hall has stepped out. Thomas Copeland checks in for the first time tonight on offense. And a pitch to Trey Mitchell. He'll be caught by the jersey. Trey Mitchell on the play. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. That'll bring up second down. There will be no gain on the play. DeAndre Lynch for Rocky Mount is an absolute beast.
Yeah.
At that left tackle position. Mitchell again, he'll cut back into the middle. Pick up a few more this time down across to the 45-yard line of Southern Nash. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 now for the Firebirds. And Mitchell again with the pitch. He'll take it back across the middle. A gain of about 4 on the play is going to bring up 4th down again for the Firebirds. And another 4th and 1 situation here for Southern Nash. We'll see if they try something different this time. It was Brock Alford on the quarterback keeper to the right side last time. He'll take it straight up the middle this time. And he will pick up enough to move the chains out to the 48-yard line of Rocky Mount. And that is only the second time this evening that Southern Nash has managed to get into Rocky Mount territory. So not the traditional big plays that Southern Nash is used to sparking their offense, but now slowly but surely starting to get something going here.
And it may just need to get positive momentum right now going into halftime. You want to get a couple of scores here if you can.
Faulkner in the backfield. And Alford back to pass, and he'll be sacked again at the 40-yard line. So momentarily in Griffin territory, but a loss of 12 on the play will bring up 2nd down and 22 now for Southern Nash. And we saw that in the Nash Central game. Not a lot of protection for Alford as he dropped back to pass. There was a collision. He kind of ran into Luke Faulkner as he turned around. And this time Mitchell will get it around the left side, and he's definitely got room to run back beyond the original line of scrimmage and down to about the 45-yard line, and that looks like somewhere they're going to mark him down. So that was about a 15-yard carry. Will bring up 3rd down and 7 now. And that Trey Mitchell's biggest rush of the night. And this will be thrown over the middle. And Baker unable to hold on to the pass. And that's going to bring up 4th and 7 this time.
I like the play call there, and Landon, he just wasn't able to bring it down and hold it in.
So Baker has made some great catches this year, but just not able to get there. Don't know if the defender was able to knock it away. And Southern Nash will go for it here on 4th and 7. And it looks like a direct snap to Mitchell. And he is not going to be able to pick up the needed yardage. He'll pick up a couple. And Southern Nash will turn the ball over on downs. So the 2nd turnover of the night. I guess you have to count the safety as well.
Yeah.
So 3rd turnover of the night for Southern Nash. And it'll be Rocky Mount ball 1st and 10 from the Firebird from their own 43-yard line. Jones will set up in the shotgun. The whistle's going to blow. And there's another equipment issue. I think the official is saying that the pads have to be down below the knees.
I think that's what he's saying. I'm not. Yeah, that's what it.
Double motion there. This will be slipped into the pocket of Isaiah Silver, who'll take it around the right end down into Southern Nash territory. There is a couple of flags down behind the play, and holding will be signaled by the officials, so that'll bring that back. That is a spot foul. Looks like it was thrown. The flags are both at about the line of scrimmage. So we'll let them mark that off. So it looks like it's going to be 2nd down and 20 now. which is the third time tonight that the Griffons have had second down and 20.
Yeah, it is.
And Southern Nash, both other times, not able to capitalize on the loss of yardage. We'll see if the defense can hold it together this time. Jones looks to pass. He'll keep it himself, take it right into the middle. He'll run into T.J. Whitaker on the initial hit. And then the assist comes in from Faulkner. And I'll let you pick up some of those other guys in there in that mix. Kenneth?
When I looked at it, I knew Faulkner was in there, and I think Dusty was in there too.
I think Devon Richardson was in that. And a flag will be thrown on the sidelines.
False start against the Griffons. That'll make it 2nd and 23.
They're going to call false start.
Looks like they called it on number 4, Bryson Phillips, because Phillips was having a conversation with a referee who I don't think he was happy with the explanation.
So 2nd down and 23 here now for the Griffons. Jones will drop back to pass. Got plenty of time. Finds a man open. And that's going to be Silver on the catch.
And on the tackle there for Southern Nash was number 24.
Which is DeRay Lynch. So still 3rd and long for the Griffons. Jones will be in the shotgun position. He'll look back to pass. He's got pressure from Hall, who slips. And a nice pass across the middle to Mitchell. He's unable to hold on to it. A flag is thrown in the backfield. And it is a hold called. It looked like Dusty was being held. He got back there awfully quick, and you could see that he got spun around from his momentum. So Coach Batchelor will opt to decline the penalty on the incomplete pass. It'll bring up 4th down and long, and that'll send the punt unit on for the Griffons.
And that's a good call there, because, I mean, you could have backed them up 10, but it would have been 3rd down and give them another chance to convert. Go ahead and make it 4th down and force them to punt here.
Low snap and a flag thrown.
False start against Rocky Mount.
So that'll tack 5 yards on and make it 4th and 21 now. Tyleek Mitchell back deep for the punt return. A better snap this time. They'll get it away. And the Griffons will let it roll dead at the 40-yard line. And it'll be Southern Nash 1st and 10 from their own 40 with 5:31 left to go in the half, and Southern Nash trails 23-0.
I think the Rocky Mount punter wanted to run it into the punter, but it's one of them where he didn't fall down, so ref said no contact.
It almost looked like the Southern Nash defender was holding him up from falling down.
Yeah.
So Copeland on the carry. We'll get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Bring up 2nd down and 10. And Trey Mitchell will try to find something on the left side. He'll be pushed from behind by the Firebirds.
Dusty Hall, number 3 for Southern Nash.
It's an 11-yard gain and another Southern Nash.
So assist to the offensive line.
I mean, they basically just picked him up and just carried him.
And this time Nathaniel Palacios will be caught from behind by DeAndre Lynch. Fans wanted a horse collar. He was actually caught by the jersey. And the quick hands of Lynch really saved a big run. Palacios had some room in front of him. Bring up second down and 7 now for Southern Nash. And a pitch again to Mitchell. We'll find some room again on the left side. He'll cut back into the middle. We'll see where they spot the forward momentum. It's going to be awfully close to the first down. Probably a little bit shy. We'll see what the signal is from the officials. Wow, not a great spot there. It's going to be third down and 1.
I thought it was a little bit closer than that personally.
And Big Dusty Hall up the middle to be tripped up, but not before he picks up enough yardage to move the chains again with 3.5 minutes remaining in the half. It's 1st and 10, Southern Nash from the Rocky Mount 37-yard line. This time Faulkner with the handoff right up the middle. He's able to pick up some yardage. They'll spot him down at the 32 of Rocky Mount. Be second down and 5 now for the Firebirds. And Alford with a pitch to Mitchell. Will take it out to just about the 30. They're actually going to give him a better spot down closer to the 29. It's going to bring up third down and about 2 now. Copeland will cut back into the middle where he's hit hard. Looks like they're going to mark him down at the 26, which will be enough for another Southern Nash first down as the clock continues to run, approaching the 2-minute mark up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard, and that's until the halftime break. And this time Palacios will try to find something to the left side. He'll pick up about 1, bring up a second down and 9.
And you know, one thing I just noticed looking over at the Rocky Mount sideline, there's not as many players. Rocky Mount don't have many players as Southern Nash does, so that may be a factor here in the second half.
You know, they don't have a lot, but I've been kind of watching. There's not a lot of guys playing both ways.
Trey Mitchell, the carry is going to take it up inside the 20-yard line. That'll bring it third down.
But Mitchell will carry that with another nice gain. It's going to bring a third down and about 2. As it looks like Southern Nash is rushing things along. And Mitchell again, with room around the left end, he'll make a spin to try to come back inside to keep from going out of bounds. And that is going to be enough to move the chains and stop the clock. And looks like they're going to mark him down at the 10. So that'll make it first and goal with exactly 1 minute remaining until the half. Offered to look to pass again, and he's caught. And the third time tonight, Alford will be thrown for a sack. There is a Rocky Mount player down.
Timeout, Southern Nash.
And Southern Nash will burn their first time out of the half with 49.9 seconds remaining. Second down and goal from the 20 after the 10-yard loss on the sack. And once again, tonight's game brought to you by Vandermark Side Farms, growing, harvesting, and delivering 6 different types of natural grass. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for your natural grass needs today. And once again, we want to really give a big thank you out to Keaton Vandermark and his entire family for being strong supporters of athletics throughout Nash County over the years. And especially personal thank you from the Tar River Sports Network and the Southern Nash News here broadcasting live in Stanhope with Firebird Friday Night Lights. So we'll try to pick up maybe some scores around the conference. Maybe give you some updates maybe right before the half. If not, we'll have them for you as soon as we get back from the half. I want to remind everybody at halftime, the band will perform and they will be announcing the seniors for the marching band. So make sure that you hang around and recognize those seniors in the marching Firebirds. Hand it off to Talik Mitchell. He'll cut it back inside. Will finally be tripped up. A gain of about 3 on the play. Be marked down at the 16, a 4-yard gain, and another timeout called by Coach Batchelor with 41.8 seconds remaining up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard.
A house key has been located in the women's bathroom. It's apparently a Carolina house key, so if you're missing that, they have it. Check with the deputies down at field level. Thank you.
So Southern Nash trailing 23-0 as time's quickly expiring here in the first half. Firebirds trying to get on the scoreboard with some momentum. Of course, they won the coin toss and deferred, so the Firebirds will get the football to begin the second half. And that's just really where they need to string something together. They could possibly get it back. Could get it back to a 1-score game depending on if they're able to score and what type of extra point attempt they go for. But first things first, they got to put 6 on the board. They do have 1 timeout remaining, and this is a reverse to Mitchell and read very well by the Griffin defense. He'll take it down to about the 15. And Coach Batchelor will burn his final timeout of the half with 33.9 seconds remaining. And it's now 4th and goal from the 15-yard line. There have been no field goal attempts this season by kicker Charlotte Benson, and it looks like tonight will not be a first in that category either, as it obviously Coach Batchelor is going to go for it here, trailing 23-0. So one of the dangers here is if the Firebirds are not able to put the ball in the end zone and they turn it over on downs, 33.9 seconds, they'll probably tick a few off. But Rocky Mount still has 2 timeouts, and they've already shown their ability to execute some explosive plays. Wouldn't surprise me to see Coach Battle go for a score versus a knee here just to end the first half. So critical here. And it looks like that Coach Battle will use one of those timeouts. Alford had dropped back to pass.
He was running down the sideline, and he was signaling, and back ref saw him.
Timeout, Rocky Mount.
So it looks like some time ticked off the clock, but timeout was called before the ball was put into play. So not sure if they'll reset that to the 33.9 seconds. And it looks like that is what they are going to do. So clock is reset to 33.9 seconds. Still going to be 4th down and goal from the 15-yard line for the Firebirds. And I'm already seeing, it looks like some Rocky Mount players, especially there on that left side, you can see Joshua Rayvon Perkins favoring basically his whole body. I don't know what's going on there. He was the one that got pulled up a while ago after a hit. And it looks like Mitchell had thought about the halfback pass, and DeAndre Lynch was all over that. And the 4th sack of the night. And the Griffons will take over 1st and 10. So not only did they take over on downs, but it actually improved their field position on the sack. So it'll be 1st and 10 Griffons from the Southern Nash 21-yard line. It looks like they're not going to attempt any type of offensive play as they are in V formation. And Jones will take a knee and let the clock expire here in the first half without expending that last timeout. And that'll wind down the clock here in the first half with Southern Nash trailing the Griffons here on senior night. It's 23-0 in favor of Rocky Mount. We'll be heading to halftime, and once again, we'll remind everybody tonight's game sponsored by Vandermark Sod Farms. I'm Brent Cohn alongside Kenneth Fly, and we'll be back for the second half in a few minutes. Stay tuned for the band.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to honor our band and color guard seniors. So we will direct your attention to midfield, and we will start with Miss Vishanti Crummel Holder, escorted by her aunt, Shay Holder. Miss Lindsay Farmer, escorted by her parents, Bobby and Kim Farmer. Samuel Hennett, escorted by his parents, Cynthia and Stanley Hennett. Miss Jasmine Martin, escorted by her parents, Katrina Martin and Herbert Lee Martin, Jr. Miss Samantha McGuire, escorted by her father, Patrick McGuire. Miss Natalie Messer, escorted by her parents, Todd and Kimberly Messer. Miss Sarah Skinner, escorted by her stepfather, Christopher Bass, mother, Amanda Skinner, and father, Cody Skinner. Miss Zanella Rooks, escorted by her grandparents, Barbara and Carlester Riley, Mom, Carlester Riley, and siblings, Dakota and Aaliyah Rooks. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big hand for our marching band and color guard seniors. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field your Southern Nash High School Marching Firebirds. The Marching Firebirds are under the direction of Mr. Matthew Ray. Their other instructors are Matthew Bizzett Visual, Lauren Howell Music, Jackson Valentine Percussion, and Emily Kelly Color Guard. The student leaders are Zanella Rooks, Drum Major, Jasmine Martin, Hornline Captain, Flora Rea, Flute Section Leader, Stefan Varsity, Clarinet Section Leader, Alvaro Augustin Pascal, Saxophone Section Leader, Samantha McGuire and Julie Pierce are percussion captains, and Natalie Messer, guard captain. Tonight, the band will be performing their 2022 show entitled Where the Heart Is. Presenting their 2022 show, please welcome drum majors and Alowitz and the Southern Nash High School Marching Firebirds. let's hear it for your Southern Nash Marching Firebird. Marching Firebirds are pleased to announce their sponsors for the 2022 season. Five.
And welcome back to the start of the second half here in Stanhope, where the Firebirds trail the Griffons 23-0 in the battle for second place here in the Big East Conference. In the 3A division, we'll try to get some scores for you here in the second half. Nothing really was.
21-7, Northern Nash is leading Franklinton right now in the second quarter. That's the only score update that I have as of right now.
We'll check some of the 2A hopefully during the break or during the half. So as we mentioned earlier, Southern Nash won the coin toss and deferred to the second half, so they will have the ball here first. And with a 23-point deficit, they desperately need to get the ball into the end zone. This will be fielded by Traylon Mitchell in a return up the middle, across the 30 out to about the 34-yard line is where he's going to be marked down. Of course, the first half saw the big offensive plays by the Griffons. A couple of touchdown runs by Strathan, as well as a touchdown pass to Alphonse, as well as another big pass that Alphonse completed in the first possession for the Griffons. And once again, the front line for the Griffons not allowing anything to come through there. Gain of about 1, second down and 9 now for Southern Nash. And of course, on the Southern Nash side of the ball, a fumble, safety. They were sacked 4 times and turned the ball over on downs twice. And they're again unable to score in the first half. Hand it off again to Traylon Mitchell. He'll take it out to about the 39. Looks like they're going to mark him down right in between the marks, between the 39 and the 40. Going to be third down and a long 4 now for the Firebirds. And Trey Mitchell again with the carry up the middle. And you can see the Griffons going for the football, trying to knock it free, unable to do so. Mitchell doing a much better job tonight of protecting on the carry. He did pick up maybe a couple on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and 2 now for Southern Nash. And Alford will keep it around the left side. And he's going to be awfully close. We'll see where they spot the ball. And that will be enough to move the chain. So Southern Nash now 3 for 4 tonight on 4th down. And that spot was really close. I thought that he'd made it out to the 45. They're going to mark it down at the 44. So just barely getting the first down yardage.
It was probably by the length of a football.
And again, Mitchell on the call. He'll take it around the right end, cut back into the middle. Another push by the offensive line. Looks like they will blow it dead before the push. And they're going to mark it down just inside Southern Nash territory at the 49-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 5 now for Southern Nash. Mitchell again tries to find something around the right side as he slowly chips away. Once again, not the big explosive plays that Southern Nash is used to seeing, but yet it is effective. Now 3rd down and a long 1. And Alford to look to keep it, and he's going to be thrown for a loss. And that's going to bring up 4th down again. And that long 1 has become a long 2, about 2.5 yards to get down to the first down line for Southern Nash. And once again, Southern Nash going for it here. And this time it's Mitchell, Tyleek Mitchell, up the middle. And they're going to mark him down at the 45. And once again, Southern Nash is able to convert on the 4th down, now 4 for 5 on the evening. So there's a positive on the night as we pass the 8-minute mark remaining up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. And we hope you enjoyed the halftime shows the band performed for their senior night. And Tyleek Mitchell again on the carry. A lot of fans wanted the face mask. You could see it real clear from here. They had hands all in his face. No flag was thrown. And Tyleek will pick up about 4 on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 6.
I'm starting to see some of the Rocky Mount defenders here starting to put their hands on their on the hips there, showing frustration and showing some tiredness right now.
And Tyleek Mitchell again up the middle. And he is down close to 1st down territory. We'll look for the spot. Looks like they are going to mark it shy. It's going to be 3rd down and less than a yard to go here. And Tyleek Mitchell will get enough to move the chains this time. He holds on to the football. And all the way down to the Rocky Mount 33-yard line. So I'm kind of like you, Kenneth. I'm starting to see some guys limping over there on the Rocky Mount side. I mean, this is the ground and pound. And this time Mitchell will find the open corner. He'll cut back into the middle, still on his feet. Finally be brought down inside the 20. It looks like down to about the 16-yard line, and that'll be another 1st down.
And that's one of the things Southern Nash's offensive coordinator, who's standing above us, probably saw the tiredness of the Rocky Mountain linebackers there, and that's why he went on that left side.
And Tyleek Mitchell again will cut back into the middle and find some positive yardage. He's going to be marked down at about the 11. Change that. It looks like they're going to mark him down at the 12. Going to bring up 2nd down and 6 now.
You can tell Rocky Mountain's trying to bring in some fresh bodies right now, trying to give the guys a little bit of rest here right now.
And Trey Mitchell manages to break a tackle and stay on his feet, cut back into the middle. He gets down to about the 5. It looks like they're going to get him inside the 5. He'll be down to about the 4. And that will move the chains yet again. So 1st and goal here for Southern Nash, which is where they were to end the 2nd half before a penalty and then the big sack drove them back. And this time Traylon Mitchell will keep his feet, and he's going to take it into the end zone. And Traylon Mitchell gets the first score of the night for the Firebirds. And it does come with 4:54 remaining in the 3rd period. The first time this season that Southern Nash has been held scoreless in the 1st half, but they take advantage of the first possession. And Charlotte Benson steps on for the extra point attempt. And Rocky Mount unable, still scrambling with their personnel. And it looks like couldn't tell if that's an official timeout. And it looks like Rocky Mount is going to actually burn a timeout as they could not get their personnel squared away on the field. So that could come back to haunt them later in the game, having to use a timeout this early. So it looks like Coach Batchelor is going to change the call and go for 2 here, which obviously makes sense. Trailing 23-6. The safety really is the odd factor there that he's got to compensate for and try to pick up as many points as he can. And the way they were moving the ball in that short yardage situation, I have to say, I think going for 2 is the right call here.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree. Going for 2 is the right call here. We'll see if they can do it. And any points they can get right now will help them out later.
And I think that's what really messed Rocky Mount up is the fact that they thought it was going to be a go for 2. They started pulling personnel out. Now they're going to change that. And we'll see if Rocky Mount got their right goal line defense in. And apparently they do not. Yep, and the flag comes into play. But don't think that was a free play, as the 2-point conversion was good. Rocky Mount had a player sprinting onto the field. They still are struggling to get the right personnel in there.
Encroachment against Rocky Mount. Maybe half the distance.
So John Tolleson checks out with apparent injury to his shoulder. The ball was moved half the distance to the goal line. The 2-point conversion still in play. And Trey Mitchell will punch it in and stay on his feet all the way through the back of the end zone. And with 4:54 remaining in the third period up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard, Southern Nash cuts into the Rocky Mount lead. It's now 23-8 and a 15-point lead for the Griffons. And once again, tonight's game brought to you by Vandermark Side Farms. They're a year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Vandermark's mission has always been to be a premier provider of natural grass and side products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 types of natural grass. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for all your natural grass needs. So trainers attending to John Tolleson down on the sideline. Of course, Tolleson missed several games with a strained MCL. He was cleared to play. This looks like a shoulder or arm injury. And that would be his left arm, which from the baseball side of things is a good thing because he's a pitcher and he's not favoring his right side. Tolleson also a 3-sport athlete with football, basketball, and baseball. And Charlotte Benson with a nice kick inside the 30. It'll be fielded. There will be a return. And that is DeMarjay Mitchell on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Griffons at their own 40-yard line now.
See what Rocky Mount does here. First possession in the second half. We'll see what changes Coach Battle will have done here after the first half. You know, Southern has made some adjustments. We'll see what Rocky Mount comes out with here.
Jones under center. It'll be a pitch into the backfield. And that's Isaiah Silver on the carry. He'll break free around the right side and take it all the way down the sidelines. Touchdown Griffons. And the quick answer to the Southern Nash score.
60-yard touchdown run.
And that run to the right side of the defense. Seemed like earlier in the game it was the left side that was exposed. This time it was the right side. And Silver was able to break free on his first touchdown carry of the night. And the extra point attempt is good. And with 4:36, only a few ticks off the clock since the Firebird score, it's back to a 22-point lead, 30-8. Rocky Mount over Southern Nash. So the big play offense tonight has been the Griffons. That's something that the Southern Nash defense has not been noted to give up so far this year. So the kick return team back on the field for Southern Nash. That's Tyleek and Traylon Mitchell back deep to receive the kick. There's been nothing kicked deep at all tonight by the Griffons. Everything's been a squib kick up the middle. And once again, a squib kick. And it is covered again by Jaden Whitaker. Who has covered 3 out of the 4 kickoffs by the Griffons. So it's 1st and 10 Southern Nash from their own 42-yard line. Malachi Dobbins will check in on offense with the apparent John Tollison injury. And Trey Mitchell will find some room around the left side. He'll take it across midfield and into Rocky Mount territory down to the Rocky Mount 44-yard line. As senior running back and Virginia Tech commit Traylon Mitchell now seeming to find his groove. And they'll call Trey's number again, and he'll take it out across the 40 down to the 39-yard line. A gain of 5 will bring up 2nd down and 5 now for the Firebirds. A flag will be thrown. It did look as though Trey got kind of a quick jump on that. So offsides will negate the last 5-yard run and make it 2nd down and 10 now for Southern Nash. And this time it's Tyleek Mitchell who'll look around the left side. He'll pick up maybe a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 now. So Alford's only been able to get off 2 passes tonight. One of those was a shuffle pass, and the other one was incomplete. And Tyleek again with the carry. He'll take it down back inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line of Rocky Mount. And that's going to bring up another 4th down situation here, 4th down and 4 for the Firebirds. Who will go for it again here. They're 4 out of 5 on the night. And Mitchell will take it up the middle. And this is going to be really close. It's going to depend on the spot.
He didn't get it.
And they're going to say he did not get it. Going to mark him about a foot shy. And for the 3rd time tonight, Southern Nash will turn the ball over on downs. So I had that wrong. That's actually, they've been successful 4 out of 7 times now. It was 4 out of 6. I said 5 out of 6.
Yeah.
Jones under center. And he's going to drop back to pass. He's got pressure. Malachi Dobbins in pursuit. And he'll be pushed out of bounds by T.J. Whitaker. The scramble will pick up a couple of yards from Jones, bring up 2nd down and 8, so no sack credited there. But definitely good pressure there by the front line of the Firebirds. Clock stopped at 2:13 remaining here in the 3rd period. So 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Jones is going to drop back. He'll tuck it in himself, try to keep it again. Again, good pressure. A flag will come in. Jones back possibly to the original line of scrimmage on a 2-yard loss. We'll see what the flag is for. It's usually in the vicinity of the holding call.
See him pointing towards Rocky Mount.
Actually, it was a personal foul against Rocky Mount. So a 15-yard penalty. That one a lot more costly than the hold's going to bring up 2nd down and 25 now. Rocky Mount backed all the way up to their own 20-yard line.
What a pick 6 would do right now.
Yeah, Southern Nash could really use a turnover to kind of swing things back around. Again, it's Silver on the carry. Looks like they're going to give Silver a couple of yards on the carry. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 23. The clock is definitely not the friend of the Firebirds at this point as we approach 1 minute remaining here in the 3rd period up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. Rocky Mount will send 1 receiver out wide to the left, a man in motion. There'll be a pitch. And that was Mitchell. He'll pick up a few down to the 25-yard line of the Griffons. But that's going to make it 4th and 20. And so the punt team will come on to hand the ball back over to the Firebirds. I believe Rocky Mount may let this clock run down all the way to the 4th quarter. No, they won't be able to. the play clock down to 5. They'll take advantage of every bit of that. The punt gets away. It's down. It'll take a Southern Nash bounce and then be down just inside midfield at the Southern Nash 48-yard line. So pretty decent field position there for the Firebirds, as that brings us to the end of the third quarter. Southern Nash 8, Rocky Mount Senior High 30. A 22-point lead here in Stanhope for the Griffons. Once again, tonight's game brought to you by Vandermark Sod Farms. This is Brent Cohn and Kenneth Fly and the Tar River Sports Network. We'll be back with the beginning of the fourth quarter in just a moment. And we are back for the fourth and final quarter in the battle for second place in the 3A division here of the Big East Conference. Traylon Mitchell will cut it back to the inside, managed to pick up about 3 on the play. He's going to bring up second down and 7 now. And Traylon Mitchell still down on the field. He's had some ankle issues. This time it looks like he is not wanting to walk off under his own power.
Looking at him right now, he can't even hardly put pressure on it.
And Traylon has been a workhorse tonight, carrying the bulk of the load on the running game for Southern Nash. Does seem to be a little more fluid as he got towards the sidelines. We'll see if he's able to return, as trainer Crystal Kennedy will attend to him. And that'll put Thomas Copeland in. And Copeland slung down after the whistle was blown. Southern Nash fans wanting a whistle there, not going to get it. But the gain of 5 on the play will bring up third down and 3. And Thomas Copeland, a tough individual. And he'll get the carry again. He'll take it down beyond the 45. Looks like he'll pick up about a yard. It's going to bring up fourth and about 1.5. And of course, I mentioned earlier in the game, I think there was some sound issues, but Thomas Copeland, who is a 3-sport athlete, basketball, football, and track, was named the Enterprise and Ferris and Thomas Law Attorneys Student Athlete of the Week. Sorry about that.
Talik Mitchell on the carry.
Bueller. And with that carry, Talik Mitchell is able to move the chains for Southern Nash, and he's a little slow to get up. One thing Southern Nash cannot afford is to lose another running back. You know, we started the season running back rich, and along the way have lost several either through injury or other reasons. And there is a Griffin down on the field, so there will be an official timeout. Not sure. That looks like it could be Taquan Williams. Obviously having some cramp issues. But while they take care of that Griffin player, once again, we'll remind everybody tonight's game brought to you by Vandermark Sod Farms, a year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Vandermark's mission has always been to be a premier provider of natural grass and sod products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 different types of natural grass. For all your natural grass needs, contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501. And once again, a special thank you to Keaton Vandermark and his entire family for their continued support, as they have done so for many years, not only for Southern Nash Athletics, but for athletics all across Nash County. Flags will be thrown. That probably was a saving grace for Rocky Mount. Believe they're going to have too many players on the field, but nobody was set. Would have been a wide open play for the Firebirds. That penalty, I believe, actually benefited the Griffons.
Yeah, it definitely did, because they were not set.
So a lot of slow movement, but Southern Nash has got to get something going. And Trey Mitchell, who has returned to the game, obviously does not have an issue, as he's going to take it all the way to the house. I don't know what type of training Crystal Kennedy has had, but if I ever get an injury, I want her to take care of me, because what a miracle.
Yeah.
He could barely walk, and he comes back in for a 40-plus yard touchdown run, his second of the night. And with 10:05 remaining in the game, Southern Nash has cut the Rocky Mount lead to 16 with a 2-point conversion upcoming. And it's Traylon Mitchell again. And this time it will be short. So the score remains Rocky Mount 30, Southern Nash 14, with 10:05 remaining in the game.
So Brent, while we got a moment here, while we're switching, we got 2 more games after tonight. We got at Northern Nash next week, and then at Franklinton the final week for the final regular season game. Playoff projections have come out right now. Southern Nash would host a home game. This was before going into the night, as a 16 seed, and then Rocky Mount would be at a 13 seed, and then Northern Nash would actually be a 4th seed, and they would actually be playing against Franklinton, which they're playing each other tonight. So more than likely that will change, but early on in the projections, and that was coming into the night, and we'll see next week when they release more projection numbers.
And so Charlotte Benson on for the kickoff. And a special message goes out to Katie Coble. Have you seen anything good today? Cameron Fry. And the squib kick is recovered by Rocky Mount, and they'll take over 1st and 10. Looks like from their own 38, well, we call it the 37-yard line. It's kind of in the middle there. So the task again falls on the shoulders of the Southern Nash defense to try and stop this Rocky Mount offense. And just like that, Landon Baker in the backfield, who has been a spectacle on offense so far this year, shows his defensive capabilities as he throws Silver for a big loss.
Back all the way to the 31-yard line.
So that's going to bring up second and about 17 now for the Griffons. Jones under center. He'll hand it off. And once again, thrown for a loss. This time it's the big man, Dusty Hall, for the second loss of yards on a play. It's going to bring up third down, and it's like about maybe 19 now. So a long pause here, play clock down to 2. Looks like there will be a delay of game. No, they're going to wait and call a timeout as they were trying to eat up as much clock as they could. So timeout Griffons with 8:31 remaining in the game. Score 30 for Rocky Mount, 14 Southern Nash. And a quick chance here to remind everybody again, tonight's game sponsored by Vandermark Side Farm. They are year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. And they grow and harvest and specialize and deliver 6 different types of natural grass. For all your natural grass needs, contact Vandermark Farms. Once again, this is the Tar River Sports Network bringing you the live stream of the last home game of the regular season for Southern Nash. We'll try to get maybe some score updates around the conference for you. So third down and 19 now. Stephon Jones from the under center. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got receivers. He's got a man deep down the middle. And it's going to be intercepted. Thomas Copeland. Welcome back, Thomas Copeland, in the big interception. Once again, Thomas Copeland is the Enterprise Ferris and Thomas Law Attorney Student Athlete of the Week this past week. So the senior gets the first turnover for Southern Nash tonight. And it's 1st and 10, Southern Nash from their own 37-yard line. 8:23 remaining in the game. And Alford's back to pass. He'll give this one away. Baker wide open. He slips a tackle. He's still on his feet. Down the sidelines. Landon Baker is going to take it to the house.
No flags, no flags, no flags.
And just like that comes the punch in the mouth. Landon Baker on the completed pass from senior quarterback Brock Alford.
63-yard touchdown pass from Alford to Baker.
And some discussion going on the sidelines here.
Looked like it
with
was
Coach.
Sorry, my bad.
Was there a flag thrown?
It looks like a sideline warning was gone to Southern Nash.
There was a flag and it was a sideline warning, but the touchdown stands. And Southern Nash has cut the lead to 10 with a another two-point conversion attempt upcoming. And this could cut it to a one-score game. And that would have been the longest pass reception for Alfred DeBaker this year. And Traylon Mitchell punches it in for 2. And just like that, we have a one-score game here in Stanhope. What looked to be a grim evening for the Firebirds. And new life has been pumped into the red and blue. As you can see the deflation on the other side of the field for the Griffons.
Yeah, and I think Rocky Mountain thought they had this game won, and they're defeated going back to the sideline right now. But hey, it's one-score game with a 2-point conversion, still in it, and that's why you never give up, as Jimmy V says, and that's coming from a Carolina fan.
Everybody loves Jimmy V. Doesn't matter who you're a fan of.
True.
So another honor that I mentioned earlier in the game, I think when we were having some sound difficulties, we had another one of our football players recognized during the week. Prep Red Zone recognized freshman Luke Faulkner as the freshman midseason player of the year. Or excuse me, freshman of the year. Luke, who made the quick conversion from JV to varsity in the first game of the season, has contributed both defensively and offensively for the Firebirds, and he's there. You see him in the middle of the field there on special teams. And Benson with a squib kick down the middle. It'll be covered. Silver's going to attempt to return. He had his hand down. And he'll be swarmed by the Firebirds. There is a Griffon player down in midfield at about the 35-yard line. The trainers will come out to attend to him. I saw the official reach to his head. I did not see any type of collision midfield between Southern Nash and Rocky Mount.
Yeah, I didn't see nothing either. He is, I do see him moving though.
So while they attend to that young man, it's been a kind of a story of the two halves here. Rocky Mount did have the one big explosive run play. Actually, that was a pass play on their one touchdown to the second half. It was, most of it was yards after the catch. It was a pass kind of into the flat, a screen pass that Silver turned it upfield. But the rest of it's been the Traylon Mitchell story and the Landon Baker exclamation point here for the Southern Nash Firebirds. Here as they've cut this lead to 8.
And while we got a chance here, Northern Nash is leading Franklinton right now 42-7.
So approaching running clock status there in Red Oak.
Yep.
Anything from the 2A side, Nash Central, Roanoke Rapids,
well,
maybe?
when you look at Matt's preps, they say last night it was a final score of Nash Central 26, Bun 7. I don't know if that's correct or not. I mean, we'll go with it, but
it's possible they played last night because with no school, there was no school today in Nash County.
True, yeah.
So they may have moved that game up. So, and that was actually DeVary Wilkes who was able to get up and walk to the sidelines under his own power. That was great to see. And as play continues now, Stephon Jones back under center. Got a man in motion. He'll hand it off to Silver, who finds room up the middle, and he's off to the races. One man can catch him. That's Jaden Whitaker, who will catch him from behind. He's taken down at the 10. So another big explosive play by the Griffons has put them in scoring position down in the red zone, as they're actually going to mark him down at the 13. So it'll be 1st and 10 Griffons from the Southern Nash 13-yard line. So a big test here for the Southern Nash defense, who has held up extremely well other than a couple of big plays here in the second half.
Yeah, they definitely need to stop right here.
Yeah, under 7.5 to go in the game. You can't afford to drop down by 2 scores in high school football. That can get very dangerous. Jones will pitch it back to Elijah Battle, who'll be caught in the backfield. Dusty Hall, Luke Faulkner, and T.J. Whitaker in on that tackle. Gain of about 1 is going to bring up 2nd down and 9 now for the Griffons. So again, a lot of personnel change here for the Griffons. Jones will remain under center. Only seen him in the shotgun a few times tonight. Pitched again this time, and that is Strahan on the carry. Strahan, who's put up a lot of yards tonight. First time we've really seen him since those big plays in the first half. He will take it down inside the 5. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 1 yard now from just inside the 5-yard line. I did see the field goal kicker at halftime warming up. Pretty much what I'm saying, that might be kind of the edge of his range. He hit from about 35 for 40 yards out, but he did hit the upright. Strahan with the carry, and he will bull his way into the end zone, and it is a Rocky Mount touchdown. Strahan for the 3rd time tonight with a rushing touchdown. That one short yardage, nonetheless the result of 6 points. And the lead back to 14 now for the Griffons. And the hold is down, and the kick is good. And with 5:38 remaining here in the game, up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard, it's Rocky Mount 37, Southern Nash 22, a 15-point game. So the ground and pound approach of Southern Nash, which has got them back in the game, really not going to be their ally here as the time continues to tick away. Really need a quick score and regain that possession. So once again, you got to pretty much think you're going to get a squib kick. Luke Faulkner is in the middle. And this time he'll kick it away. It's back deep, fielded by Trey Mitchell. He'll give us a return. He'll try to turn back, and he's going to run into the special teams and end up losing more than he picked up. They're going to mark him down at the 15-yard line. So this will be the absolute worst starting position of the night for Southern Nash. 85 yards to go with exactly 5.5 minutes remaining in the game. So Trey Mitchell back deep. Baker at the fullback. A pass goes away. Tyleek Mitchell wide open. The flag was thrown for pass interference. And it's a race all the way to the end zone, finally caught and pushed down by Bryson Phillips. We'll wait to see what the flag is. It looks like it will depend on who the interference was called on. Was it offensive or defense? The officials are moving towards that end of the field. It was pass interference against Rocky Mount. That's going to be declined. And that was the play that Southern Nash needed, a big explosive play to get them all the way down the field. And so that was a 75-yard pass play. And it is 1st and goal from the 10-yard line for Southern Nash. Mitchell with a handoff. He stays on his feet, finally brought down. He'll be stopped just shy of the 5. And you can see there, Rocky Mount trying to strip the football. And that was awfully close. The whistle was blown when forward momentum was stopped.
Yeah.
But it's going to be 2nd and goal for the 5 here for Southern Nash. And Mitchell will get the call again. You see him going for the football as hard as they can. No gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and goal again from the 5-yard line. So you got to wonder if Coach Batchelor will keep going to the Trey Mitchell well. And he does. And this time, Traylon Mitchell will punch it in the end zone. And the Firebirds will once again go for 2. And this is where it's going to get interesting if they are able to convert on this. It makes it a 7-point game. And they will be going for 2. And Mitchell will push it through. And he is stopped. And it looked like the pile had moved into the end zone. And so the 2-point conversion comes up short, and the score remains Rocky Mount 37, Southern Nash 28. So this is a 2-score game now. That's the risk you run. And that 2-point conversion attempt. And they're now 2 for 4 on the night on 2-point conversions.
Tell you what, Mitchell just went to the sideline. He gets some much-needed rest, and hopefully he'll won't take long for him to get back on the field here. With Southern can get a turnover here.
So with 4:07 remaining in the game up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard and a 2-score differential, you got to expect the onside kick here. And you can see number 85, Perkins, as he limps across the field. Don't know if he's, and you see the entire Rocky Mount line standing up near the front. And there's the onside kick. And it looks like Rocky Mount is going to say that Southern Nash touched it. And that was the case. So with that, the ball will be blown dead. And Rocky Mount will take over 1st and 10 from the Southern Nash 45-yard line. So that not really the outcome that Coach Batchelor was hoping for there with the onside kick. So Rocky Mount will send 2 receivers out to the left. Jones under center, a quick handoff at the line to Elijah Battle. Be no gain. They're actually going to give him a loss of about a yard as he ran into the entire front line of the Southern Nash. 2nd down and 11 now for the Griffons. I want to take a quick second to thank tonight's scoreboard sponsor as well, Baker Professional Services, sponsoring scoreboard tonight as well as every game for Southern Nash. For all your residential commercial landscaping needs, call Baker Professional Services at 252-314-3639. Another carry handed off up the middle and attempts to burn the clock. No gain on the play. Still going to be 3rd down and 11. And timeout is going to be called by Southern Nash. They'll stop the clock, burning their first timeout here in the second half. 3:16 remaining on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. And we'll also recognize tonight's sponsor, Vandermark Side Farms. They're a year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Their mission has always been to be a premier provider of natural grass and side products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 types of natural grass. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for all your natural grass needs. So 3:16 to go, and Southern Nash trails the Griffons by 9. It's Rocky Mount ball, 3rd and 11 from the Southern Nash 46-yard line. They're letting the play clock run down, not really understanding the. And somebody moves on the offensive line.
Like it was the right guard.
It looked like he lost his balance and fell.
Yeah, Jones looked at him like, what are you doing?
So that'll back him up 5, bring up 3rd and 16. Not really understanding why the delay there, because the game clock was not running. It was the play clock only. It's now restarts and already approaching 10 seconds remaining. It's down to 10 now. They'll send a receiver out to the right, down to 2 seconds. And they will just get the play off. Strahan with the carry. He'll be hit at the line of scrimmage. Actually, before the line of scrimmage. May possibly even be another loss of yardage on the play. And Southern Nash will burn their 2nd timeout with 3:08. It's going to bring up 4th down here for the Griffons. And with that, once again, we'll remind everybody that tonight's game brought to you by Vandermark Side Farms, longtime sponsor of Southern Nash Athletics, as well as athletics all around Nash County. And Rocky Mount on to punt. And that's going to be blocked. Luke Faulkner with the block punt. It's going to be recovered by Logan Saunders on the block punt recovery. And it'll be Southern Nash ball, 1st and 10 from the Rocky Mount 35-yard line. 3:04 remaining. Still a 2-possession game. So Southern Nash again needing the quick score. And Alford back to pass. Lynch is in pursuit. He gets it away and is thrown short. And Tyleek Mitchell will come up and come off the field with an apparent injury. There was contact upfield. No flag was thrown. And Mitchell is down on the sidelines. All you can hope for is, Crystal Kennedy does the same magic she worked on his older brother, Trey, and he'll come back in and score a touchdown.
Yep, we'll see.
Offered with the pitch to Trey Mitchell. He'll look around the left end. He'll get out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. Maybe a gain of a yard on the play. 2:52 remaining. They're actually going to give him 2 yards, bring up 3rd down and 8. Now there they move it again. It's 3rd down and 9. Some quick personnel shifts. Play clock down to 2. And the ball comes loose. And Rocky Mount will recover the Brock Alford fumble. That's Joe Lewis on the fumble recovery. Some confusion and the personnel trying to get the right players on the field for the play. And turnover obviously at a very inopportune time. 2:45 remaining in the game. It'll be Rocky Mount's ball, 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. So once again, defense called up for the big task to get the stop here. Jones with the pitch to Silver. And he'll be stopped in the backfield. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice play by Logan Saunders. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Timeout.
So Logan Saunders on the stop. Bring up 2nd down and 10. And that'll force Southern Nash to use their final timeout of the game to stop the clock. Once again with 2:38 remaining up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. So during this final timeout, we'll once again remind everybody of tonight's sponsors, Vandermark Side Farms. They're a longtime sponsor of Southern Nash Athletics, the Tar River Sports Network, and the Southern Nash News. These broadcasts do allow a lot of these young men. We've got several commits to college to play college football, not only on this team by itself, but obviously in the past. So we want to thank them for their long-time support of Southern Nash Athletics. Strahan breaks through a stiff arm. He's off to the races. He'll finally be brought down from behind by Jaden Whitaker, but not before he takes it all the way down to the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Rocky Mount from the 2. So Strahan has come up huge tonight for the Griffons.
Yeah, he's definitely had a huge game tonight.
And I will say this is the best Rocky Mount team I've seen in several years. I know they come in 5-2, but they are playing exceptionally well.
Yeah, they are, and reminds me of almost like the state championship one they had. I can see a whole lot of similarities.
And the short 2-yard run.
Rocky Mount takes it into the end zone, number 23.
And that was Stracan who gets the reward, the long run with the 2-yard scamper into the end zone with 1:45. Rocky Mount Senior High put 6 more on the board, and it's the Griffons 43, Southern Nash 28, with the extra point attempt coming. And the hold was muffed. They'll try to get the play away, and so that'll be no good. There is a flag. Another flag has been thrown after the play. There's a flag in midfield, just inside the 5. Another flag was thrown after the play, which is usually in the area of what's going to be an unsportsmanlike call. We'll see what the calls are. Obviously, the extra point was no good.
They're waving it off.
They're going to wave off the flags.
Football, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Griffons.
Going to say it's off. And then, so one flag will be waved off. The other one is going to be an unsportsmanlike call.
So it'll be assessed on the kickoff.
So a minute 45 remain. It is a 15-point lead, so it's still a 2-possession. Still a 2-possession game. You know, just last week, we saw Southern Nash score that same 15 points.
They sure did.
In 27.9 seconds to close out the first half against Bunn. But I will say, Rocky Mount Senior High is not Bunn.
Ain't that the truth?
No disrespect to the Wildcats, but Rocky Mount is really put on a show tonight. Ironically, one of Rocky Mount's 2 losses this year was to the Bunn Wildcats.
Yeah.
Not really sure what happened that night.
I don't either.
But definitely the story. That's got to be a story of 2 teams.
Yeah.
So the unsportsmanlike penalty being assessed on the kickoff. They'll be kicking off. Rocky Mount will from their own 25-yard line. The deep kick will be fielded by Tyleek Mitchell. We'll get a return here. He'll get it out across midfield, still on his feet. Finally brought down at about the 49-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Southern Nash. From the Rocky Mount, once again, 49. A minute 36 remains. So you pretty much know you got to expect to see Brock trying to air it out here. Of course, one big factor that's missing from that scheme is John Tullison, who had the shoulder injury earlier in the game, and you see him along the sidelines. He is not in play. Landon Baker goes out wide to the right, along with Traylon Mitchell. Offered a roll that way. Looked like the intended receiver was Thomas Copeland, who was behind in the pattern. Baker had already got downfield and cut back into the middle. So incomplete pass will bring up 2nd down and 10 now.
Final score 56-14, Northern Nash over Franklinton.
So Northern Nash remains undefeated. And just a screen pass to Trey Mitchell. does not even get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll actually be a loss on the play of about, well, it looks to be about 4 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 14 now for Southern Nash. And Alford steps back into the shotgun position. He'll roll out to his left, and he will overthrow Copeland. And that's going to bring up 4th down with 58.3 seconds remaining up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. Alford with pressure. He'll get the pass away to Baker. It'll be completed, but it will fall shy of the 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, Southern Nash will turn the ball over on downs. 51.1 seconds remaining. And that should be all there is left, is for the Griffons to step onto the field and take a knee and run the clock out. And with that, we'll take time one final time to recognize tonight's sponsor. That's Vandermark Sod Farms, the year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Vandermark's mission has always been to be the premier provider of natural grass and sod products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 types of natural grass. For all your natural grass needs, contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501.
Looks like that's going to be the final play.
As Rocky Mount takes the knee, there is more time on the game clock. There is on the play clock. They'll be forced to do it one more time. And when that final snap, that will do it. The clock will expire. And that'll be the final home game once again for the regular season here at Southern Nash. Next week, Southern Nash travels across county to Red Oak to take on the undefeated and #1 ranked Northern Nash Knights in the Big East. And Rocky Mount will travel, I don't know if their game's at Rocky Mount or Franklinton. Of course, Northern Nash wiping out Franklinton earlier tonight. And so as we start to wind this down, once again, we want to thank Vandermark Farms as well as Baker Professional Services for sponsoring our scoreboard tonight and every night. And as we bring things to an end, we once again want to recognize our staff, Rodney O'Neill, along with Malcolm in the middle. Of course, Mark Cohn, our producer, here alongside myself, Brent Cohn, and Kenneth Fly, bringing you the live coverage. We'll see you next week at Northern Nash, but for tonight, we're out.